Hey guys, thank you so much for joining another episode of Inspired by MsAmberRed. I'm here with, I'm going to name all you fuckers off. We got Victor, we got Brisa, we got Tania and Sasha, and Maddie. What are we talking about today, Tania?
Better together than apart. It's so funny because we all feel the same. Yeah. We're all like, yeah, and then we're like, but don't let anybody know that we feel that way.
So.
Yeah,
it's like awkward.
It's like so fun that this episode the 50th episode landed with Maddie here. If you guys didn't listen to our previous episode, Maddie is my friend that I met on TikTok, and she drove halfway across the country to
more
be with
than
us
halfway.
Here.
More than halfway. 35 hours.
Yeah,
we were checking it.
Vegas. Like, it's like the theme of the episode. Like you.
Yeah, better together. I couldn't stay apart.
You literally never know. I think that, like, that's what we talk about social media a lot, but you never know who you're going to meet on social media.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
you guys live together.
I know, that's so crazy.
Because you guys were just talking. TikTok. You were just, like, helping each other out, like, with
she
work?
Was literally she was like, oh, don't fall for one of those quick classes. Like, if you really want to get into it, you want to find someone who's offering a mentorship, who's going to do an apprenticeship. Mm-hmm. It's got to be legit. And I was like, okay, good to know, because I had already been looking into, like, a quick Rhode Island 2 to 3 day class, and they were going to teach you everything you need to know. I still did pay for one of those classes, and I did go, and immediately I was like, oh, what a waste of money.
Yeah.
They didn't teach anything. They cut the class like an hour and a half short, and I was like,
they cut it short?
Yep. They were like, we're finished. We pretty much did anything. I'm like, well, can we practice like brow mapping or like
something?
Ask questions.
Yeah, can we do something? And they were like, no, you're pretty much good. Here's your little certificate. Congratulations. I was like, and now I'm supposed to what? Go tattoo people?
Yeah.
Oh,
crazy.
Oh, jeez.
You always started from an apprenticeship, right, Amber?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe hardcore in apprenticeships.
When into your apprenticeship when was the first time you went to a class like outside of your mentor?
I think maybe I was 2 or 3 years, probably 2 or 3 years in. Mm-hmm. And
but Taryn always offered it. Like, it was
like
she wanted you to take one at least
true.
a year.
Yeah,
That's what
at least one a year is what she told us.
Yeah.
Oh, like outside of of your guys'
studio?
But
we also had a cool, what was really cool about that apprenticeship is they did a class called Shades and Strokes every year, or I think twice a year.
Yeah, I think it was twice, yeah.
I can't remember if it was every year or twice a year, but so we got the exposure to that, and every single time that happened, there was at least, I would say, 40 people that would come get taught, and then they would always bring in a guest. So it would be Taryn and then Mary, and then they would bring in a third artist for the third day. Mm-hmm. So it was a 3-day long class, and that was really cool. And then they did the conference, so that was cool. So they did a conference that also was cool to see how that was set up. But yeah, I just think the exposure, being a part of a group or having a mentor or anything like that, just seeing how they do things, and then how you want to do things, or maybe change it up a little bit.
I think too, passionate people, because there's a lot of people in the industry that just do it to do it for cash. But
it's quick money. It can be.
But it's different from where you were. It was kind of.
She was very passionate.
Yeah.
She was very passionate, and really, you can tell, and as the times progressed, you can see how she's changed focus in a sense. But early on, it was that Shades and Strokes was her baby. That thing was it was just cool to see it all put together, and then the amount of people that would sign up, and then you could see her do her. We helped out multiple times with her live webinars, and then the sign-ups with that, and just seeing all that is something that if you weren't a part of a mentorship,
you wouldn't have seen that.
Yeah, if you're out by yourself, you don't see stuff like that. So
you don't. Would you say where you're at now was attributed by being in a team setting?
Oh,
would you have been here just by yourself?
No. I feel like I've been doing it for 40 years versus 20.
Yeah.
So 20 years versus 10 years, double the amount of time, because the exposure that was there. But.
Well, it kind of jaded you too, right? Circuit wise, conference wise, you saw an actual person that was passionate about it that was doing it right, but then you go to like these other bigger conventions and
and it kind of sucks because
right?
I see people at conferences, no, I'm not saying no names, but I see the lineup and I'm like, I would never go to that. Like, I just know. I know too much behind the scenes of that sorry,
why
that
they're
person
there.
shit, that person shit, that person's trying to get money, that person's got...
Like, artist-wise or personal-wise? Like,
no,
or just
artist.
kind of
like, speaker-wise.
Okay.
Like, I look at the lineups and I'm just like, I would never spend that kind of money to go see that person.
Last year I went to the LA PMU conference and it was not my scene. I just didn't like Taryn, Taryn was there and did a speak and she did needles and it was great. That was like very educational. And then there was, I don't even remember the names, but like people just talking about how to get money. How why you should invest in your business and get money and you need to spend this and you need a mentorship, $10,000 a month for, and it's like, whoa, how is this even realistic?
Well,
you guys
they're doing it
this?
because they see people struggling, and that's like messed up marketing. It's like, so now all of a sudden I'm going to teach you how to make money because you're not making money. Like,
you're a PMU artist, but you're teaching me my business
Yeah.
part too. It's like, I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy that conference at all. I thought some people had great, tips and tricks, but overall I wouldn't spend the money to go there again.
Yeah. I'm going to one in October. With that said, I don't actually this is going to sound really bad, but I haven't even looked at their lineup, so I don't even, I told Taryn that I would help her out. She's going to be doing a live demo one of the days, so I'm going to help her out and be there in the audience to answer questions and stuff, which would be cool. Like, if I did that, I would ask one of you guys, obviously, because you know the technique, you know the stuff, so it's like, it's kind of goes hand in hand. But honestly, I bought the ticket and I didn't even look at the people that are speaking. And I'm like, I should probably look at the people that are speaking. I'm like, not to say that it's going to be bad, but, I just never know. I'm like, so that there might be like, those conferences have, say, like 30 speakers. There might be 5 that I'm like, oh, those will be good. I'll spend my time going to see that one and that one, and then my day will be over. But I also, too, I don't want it to sound all negative, because I do think there's something, too, even if it's somebody that you're not interested in seeing, you should still watch it. Yeah. Because there was, we went to SBCP like a couple years back with you guys, and I feel like you still pull little nuggets, even if it's somebody that you wouldn't have listened to and that maybe you thought or would have overlooked, like something they may say may sit with you and be like, even if it's not a way you would do it, but you might look at it differently now. Yeah. So I do think there's benefit in that as well. So I always stay the full day. I say I'm going to go watch 1 or 2 people, but I still go watch just to see, even just to see the setup. Like, I like to see their setup. I like to, if you're really making this kind of money, how are you making this money? Well, I'm about to sign up to your email list just so I can see how you're doing your marketing, like things like that. Yeah. So.
True. Would you say people in this industry are like friendly?
No, like 50-50.
50-50?
Yeah. I think,
Have you made more friends online or in person?
Online. Yeah. I think the online people are your biggest cheerleaders.
Definitely.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, I think sometimes you think you're friendly and then you show up and then they act like, not usually, but sometimes you show up and they act like they never even spoke to you before, too, so that's weird. I don't know.
Yeah. It's very interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Social media.
People are funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was interesting to see the SPCP that we went to.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one was, like, wrong. There was nothing like, wrong there, but it's interesting to see.
You notice little groups? Do you notice little cliques? Yeah. Yeah, I don't
but
like
everyone that we hung out with was great.
Was cool. we had a blast.
I had a great time. We slept, but
no, we did not.
I think it's just cool to also meet artists that are attending the conference.
Yeah.
Like, it was very cool to see people who are also there for the same reason, passions driven, more education.
That's literally why I'm going to the one in October, because I feel like I don't do enough stuff locally, and I think it's going to be flooded with Vegas
local
people.
Artists,
and I don't put myself into the local scene ever at all. So
and I'm sure
I think
so many locals look up to you, honestly.
I don't know if anybody even knows me in Las Vegas, so cool to see.
Yeah, definitely.
Comment below.
If you know Amber, let us
know.
know.
If anybody follows Amber in Vegas.
We need to take a poll.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Maddie and I went out. I took Maddie on her first Vegas night out, and we just randomly met this girl, and she was like, "Oh, I do permanent makeup," and we're like, "What?" And she like showed us her page, and we're like, "Wow, how random!" Like, we're just
cool.
out and about.
Like here in town.
Yeah. She was here in town, but I think she's like LA based. Or something like that, but.
I don't remember.
I don't know. And not even just seeing it as like, oh, let's see what like we can do for each other. But you never know. Like, I've had a couple artists who are like nail techs or do other things, and they give me their cards, or they've like referred me, or you just never really know who you're gonna get. Who can. Or we also have a lot of artists like shout out. I don't even know if she knows who I am, but the Desert Rose girl.
Oh,
like
yeah.
she sends she does such amazing work, and she send I've gotten I think 3 or 4 eyeliner clients from her.
She sends all her eyeliner. It's insane.
Yeah, the fact that other people trust, because you're a permanent makeup artist yourself, you think why don't you just do it yourself?
I've told her that before.
Yeah, but the fact that other people are willing to refer you to them is cool.
I have a friend like that. Nicole moved town over. She was.
Have you met her in person?
Yeah, she was actually a part of the same apprenticeship program that I went through, and she ended up just branching off on her own. And she works a slightly different than me, kind of very similar to Sculpted, where she did a training. She loves lips. She loves neutralization. Eyebrows, she's still a little wonky, but eyeliner, she sent me a couple eyeliner clients that were, just really wanted it done, and she's like, I don't really want to do it. Here you go. I was like, oh, thanks, girl.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Heck yeah.
We've had a couple people that have even closed, studio-wise closed, and then they're full for, get their overflow. I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Bring them our way.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I have people reaching out to me asking me questions, and I'm like, you're asking me a question? I was like, I
well,
didn't
you're
know
4
the
years,
answer.
almost 4 years.
Yeah,
Isn't
I know,
that
and
crazy?
I think, and then I'm just like, oh, wow. But then they'll ask me, and I'm just like, oh, yeah, it's this, and that. And they're like, oh, I didn't know that. And I'm like, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. I think when everyone else is doing stuff, too, I'm just like, oh, okay. I pick up little nuggets of, other people.
Yeah.
I think we all work differently, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And that's cool to see. Or at least, Brisa and I, we both, learned the same thing, but we,
yeah, different.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Michonne and I. I'm, very different. She tattoos very differently than I do, so. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
What was your apprenticeship? I mean, because you're not with your group. You're not,
And now you're with,
Well,
with a bunch
yeah,
of
or,
women. So
yeah,
how's
how
that?
is it? Well, did you also have kind of an apprenticeship like us? Did you talk to other people, or?
Yeah, I was there. It's kind of set up like what you currently have. It's kind of shadowed.
How are the
somewhat of
boys?
that.
Are they do you guys bounce ideas off each other, talk to each other?
I think
how is
once
that?
you're in that little niche, I think with guys you kind of have to build that relationship more. But yeah, I could see that with their again SMP, who I did my apprenticeship with, but you could see it with his core group of people. They bounce that stuff off each other. But either way, even coming in just with a 6-month apprenticeship under them, which I think was 9 months or something, it was even longer. They're still really open. It's just one of those things.
I
you
thought it
kinda
was
vibe
cool
with
that
them.
they
Yeah.
would tell you or ask you if you wanted to come in to tattoo somebody out of the apprentices. I remember a couple times they asked you to come in and hop on ahead.
Oh yeah.
And you ended up doing the a lot of the procedure.
Yeah, correct.
So
Yeah,
that
that
was
was
cool.
one of their things too. It was because let's be honest, unlike brows, it's more getting in the zone with SMP of staying in that zone and that pattern kind of layout and being consistent the whole time. So not everybody could do it, but once you're in it, there's no real fixed or way to learn it other than reps, and that's really it. So I could teach people days and weeks on how to do something, but ultimately it just comes down to repetitions. So
Actually doing it.
yeah. Actually, especially doing it. Yeah.
I literally told Ari on her first brow, I'm like, see why I don't listen to you up until this point? Because I'm like, anything you say doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It literally doesn't. You ask me all the questions. You can ask me where to put your body. You can ask me how to stretch.
Yeah.
You can ask me what you're gonna. It doesn't matter. Literally
Yeah.
doesn't matter. You need to get on skin. You can know the base. Know the theory. Any question you ask me, I'm sorry, it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense because you don't know what you're talking about yet. But once you're on that skin, it's different.
Yeah.
And I think Ari even realized when she was like, oh my God, there's an eye
Yeah.
socket. I'm like, yeah, girl, it's real. It's real.
There's an eye socket there. Her little hands are. She's stretching her little hand.
Oh my gosh, I was the same.
I could see her hand. I
was the same.
almost told her to stop and shake her hands out. I was like, Ari, stop, shake, breathe.
Yeah.
And as a lash artist, she already has the steady hand, so it's like, you're capable. You got this.
Yeah. And
That's true.
I didn't do any of that brow.
None of
Yeah,
it
she
you
did
ever
good.
helped on?
The first pass on the one side because the girl was in
Pain,
tears,
yeah.
in pain, just to get her across.
Oh, okay.
But it was nothing they didn't have saturation. It was just literally getting the skin
Yeah.
in.
Heck yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
no,
no, she did
she
super
hit her,
good.
And then she filled it.
hit her
Yeah.
edges, everything. I didn't.
I think it helps that she's already in the creative field of
Yeah.
the industry with beauty stuff
Yeah.
and all that. So.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's cool. Heck yeah.
I couldn't imagine. I remember when I first wanted to get into permanent makeup, my cousin told me that like she had her first brow or whatever, but she did like a 2-day course, and then like she went to a place where she rented a bed, and like the owner was there to like help, but the owner was never there. And she said she started microblading, she just started like bleeding and did everything, and she was just like, we gotta stop. So I'm like, and I feel like I was the same like when with Ari. Like, I couldn't imagine being there alone and being like, okay, let's figure this out. Or just like, oh my God,
Yeah, could you
bleeding.
imagine
What do
the
I do?
first time you're like, and you're
No,
just
I
not.
wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
If I had to do this alone, I would not do it. I'm like, nope.
It is hard, and
Nope.
you guys are definitely lucky to have
Yeah.
that support, like, guided all the way through until you're comfortable.
I think I probably still would have done it, but after
No,
the
not
fact,
me.
I think I would have fucking fainted. Because
Yeah.
that would have been
Nope, not
such an
me.
adrenaline.
I've been there.
I literally probably would get myself through it, but then I'd be like,
Yeah. Walk away just defeated.
Like, I'm
I'm
just
like, I don't know what just happened in that room, but
I'd probably sleep
No.
for a week after that.
Amber's
That's what I tell the
asleep,
client.
for
I'm like,
2 days,
"Ah,
yes, straight.
I gotta, please, yeah.
I feel like now but I've also been doing this for 3 years. Now I'm like, okay, let's try it. But no, hell no. You want me to tattoo someone's eye by myself? Nope, you're going home.
You're going home.
You're going home. Here's your money back. I'm scared.
Honestly, I think I
jeez.
had like one half supervised eyeliner model, and then it was
Figuring it out.
on two. And then I came in December. I watched Amber do a couple eyeliners, and I went home, and I was like, I got this. This is mine. I own this.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I did this. And I was like, you did it by yourself? She's like, yeah, like unsupervised. And I'm like, you just winged it? I was like, you didn't map it? She's like, nope, I just kind of just like, boop. And
I
was
flicked
like,
it out. I just trusted my heart. I flicked it out. She wanted it.
And now you're drawing, though, right?
Now I'm drawing.
Yeah.
Now I'm
Now she's
drawing.
drawing.
I finished my wing course. I know mapping. I got my red
you were drawing?
Sharpies.
she was winging it.
I
Literally.
only learned lash line enhancement, and
Yeah.
my client, she was the sweetest little soul ever, but she's like, just a little bit, and I'm like, okay.
Damn.
I was like, all right, it looks good,
I
but
would
we're not. I
never.
told her, I was like, I'm not going any bigger than this. I was like, this is what I can offer you. It's a slight flick out. It's not a wedge. It's like just a little.
It's a little man.
And that's it. When I come back, or if I come back, I will touch back, and we can go a little bit. We can go a little bigger.
You could always fly to Las Vegas.
Yeah,
you know?
you can always welcome to Vegas.
So, would you, if you could do it over again, Maddie, would you be in like a major, like, would you do a hardcore like apprenticeship, or would you?
Yes, definitely. I love the education that you provide at the studio. Even just being here for like a week or so, I'm like, oh my God, I just feel so much more. Like, I just feel like I know the ins and the outs. Instead of just the ins, this is how you do it, go ahead and do it. Now it's like I know what to expect, what to avoid, what I should be looking out for, all those important questions that you should be asking before you even get into the skin, which is probably the most important part. I
Brisa,
think.
would you ever tattoo the face by yourself?
By myself?
Like 2-day class? Go
No.
Oh.
Definitely not. No.
Yeah. Well, it's happening a lot.
I
though.
did have a,
There's
I
No, it
do have a
happens.
mentorship
It's like
though,
a regular
so-
thing, yeah.
I didn't take like a quick class and like learn brows, lips, eyeliner, and then
Yeah.
boom, go. It's like I was supervised for at least one procedure before I was off on my own.
If you told me to do it alone, then I would do it alone.
Oh, be careful.
Not
with that.
recommended.
Be careful with that moving forward.
no.
You're fine, Brisa. She's like,
got
okay.
That's
Do you ever trust me? I
Okay,
can
it's
do
so
it.
funny. We're so different. I'm like, no, you're gonna sit here and you're gonna watch me the entire time, and you're gonna tell me I'm doing great, and you're gonna kiss me, and you're gonna
To be honest, yeah, for my first nano brows, like machine strokes, I was like, I'm just gonna call for a model. I'm just gonna call for a model, and I'm just gonna see how it goes. It went well.
It's literally
It
like,
went well.
like whiplash, like when you're a mentor, because I'm like over here like, who wants one from me? I can't keep it straight. You want me to watch you? You don't want me to watch you? And my sister, nope, okay, I'm tired today, okay, but I can still watch you, like,
Yeah.
what did I do to myself? And now I got two that are complete opposite again. Ari and Adrian are opposites, like they are so different, and I'm like, oh my God. And then Terrence over here, you want to do more? I'm like, oh God, I don't know. I'm like, somebody needs to help me.
Yeah, maybe you couldn't hear us on the last podcast, but we were talking about how like Brisa and I are like very, I would say like them two are like more similar, like just watch and do it, and I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I need more love.
Me and I always tell Tania, I'm like, you can do it. And she's like, no. I'm like, dude, I'm like a year behind you. Like, you can do it. You will
Yeah,
kill
I'm
it.
like, no. And she's
Yeah.
like, just sending me your lips. I was like, you did that? She was like, yeah, I was by myself. And I'm like, no.
She's like, never. I'm like, I'm trying out new needle ratios. You guys use a 3RL to line. I'm going to try that. She's like, you're just going to try it. And I'm like, I don't have a choice. What am I supposed to do? I'm just in here. I'm out here. Let's do it.
Oh, shoot. All right.
And now that
Hey.
inspires Tanya to try new
Yeah.
new needle configurations, different
Yeah.
techniques switch up. Like,
And
just
that's
try
why
it.
it's important to have artists as friends, so you
Yeah.
can bounce
Yeah.
ideas
Yeah.
off
What,
of
what
them.
did we say? Better together?
Better
Better
together. Better together.
My empty glass.
No. Perfect ending. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode. And Tanya?
Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe.
All right, guys. See you later.
Bye.
Bye. And comment below.
Yeah, let us know about Amber.